You are listening to A Path to New You, a podcast about mental health and veterans issues. I am your host, Timothy Zaromsky. I am a therapist. I am located in Madison, Wisconsin. So, this week I want to talk about um, goals. During the New Year's, right before New Year's, I know everyone, including myself, we write down goals that we want to achieve for 2024. Um, Many of those goals are I would say some of them are unrealistic. You try to do too much and then you won't achieve those goals. And then there's goals that are like extremely achievable. They're like pretty simple. Anyway, I want to talk about how to achieve those goals and the best ways to do it. And also talk a little bit about my goals that I've put down for 2024. It is January 9th. I don't know how everybody is at with their goals, if they've started them. If not, you still have time. It's only, like I said, it's only January 9th. So I remember when I had a gym membership, I had there, I had a lot of people say, hey, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to lose weight. And on the 1st or 2nd of January, we would have the gym would be packed. And then after about 2 weeks, you could see it's like a quarter full or less full than it was before. So, yeah, I guess what I'm trying to get at is you, in order to achieve these your goals, try to be realistic. Again, I'm going to talk about it like 5 steps, 5 easy steps to achieving your goals. This is probably going to be a short episode, which is fine. I mean, most of my episodes are about 20 to 45 minutes. Anyway, let's get started. So, 5 steps to success in achieving your goals. The first step is a really important one. This one would be to set goals with the greatest positive impact. To prioritize your goals, look at the areas of life that you look to to improve on, such as family, health, career, finances, and leisure activities. Then decide what goals in each area truly motivate you and will most positively impact your life. So for example, one of my goals is I need to drink more water. I need to hydrate more. I mean, I drink a lot of water and I seem to be sometimes I feel like I'm still dehydrated, especially after I'm done stretching after a workout. I've noticed or doing yoga when I'm doing yoga, I can notice like I'm getting thirsty. I'm like, I drink a lot of water. So that goal is a positive goal, which means it's a goal that has a positive impact in my life. So drinking more water definitely helps my health, right? Step two would be to make a SMART goal. SMART for best results. So make SMART goals for best results. And this word SMART is actually I think it's called an acronym. S means specific, M means measurable, A stands for achievable, R stands for realistic, and the T stands for time limited. Again, SMART goals. S stands S stands for specific, M stands for measurable, A stands for achievable, R stands for realistic, and the T stands for time limited. SMART goals. So, a SMART goal, one of the criteria for a SMART goal is to make sure that the goal is achievable and realistic. So, for example, you would say for a goal of yours, you want to lose, you think about losing weight and you want to lose 30 pounds in a month. Is that really realistic? I mean, it could be, but is it really achievable? I guess kind of, but you would want a goal such as, hey, for this month, I want to lose, let's go with 5 pounds. That's pretty realistic and that's extremely achievable. And then with that, you find ways, how am I going to lose that weight? What am I going to do? One, you can drink more water, hydrate more. Two, you're going to start eating healthy, eat more vegetables, eat more lean protein. Three, add some more protein to your diet. My protein would be, I like the protein whey, protein powders, and then Greek yogurt, mix that up with a little bit. And then also just more protein stuff that's with protein in it. So when I go grocery shopping, I look for meat that has a lot of protein in it or any sort of food item with protein in it. The higher the protein, the better. So that's another step to achieving that the weight loss. Another one would be you want to work out or exercise, minimum of 30 minutes of exercise. You want to sweat a little bit. So achievable goal, that part would be, hey, I'm gonna work out for 30 minutes. I'm gonna get some sweat on. And then also another part of that would be rest. You want to get enough sleep. Uh, Scientists say you need at least 8 hours of sleep. So that's all doable. The third step is writing your goals down. Writing them down. Writing them down. That would mean you could write it on a piece of paper and put it on your fridge, or you can you can put them on your phone because there's most phones now have a area where you can type in notes and stuff. Or I guess there's other ways to do it too. My idea, what I do, I put them on my iPhone, and then I also put it on my fridge. So again, you want to make these goals achievable. And too many, if you write down too many, that'd probably get you a little stressed out. So you want to maybe do five at one point, at one time, and make them achievable, time limited too. Say, hey, this month I'm gonna like lose 5 pounds or something. I'm gonna clean the house. You can make weekly goals. Say, I'm gonna clean the house, get this house clean by the end of this week. I'm gonna do whatever it is. Everything you can make time. You can make my mind just went blank. So you can make time limited. So you can be this week I'm going to do this, the next week I'm going to do that, and then you can do monthly goals too. That's I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So writing your goals down definitely helps because then you see that hey, these are my goals. Especially if it's on the fridge. You get up in the morning, go get your coffee, and then they're on the fridge. There's your goals. That definitely helps. Also, when you're writing goals, think about potential obstacles that may um, prevent you from achieving those goals. Think about that. Maybe write those down off to the side and just say, hey, this might come up. This might be a reason why I won't achieve this. And then you know when it's coming up. So, again, success is going from failure to failure without a loss of enthusiasm. So, of course, you're going to fail. You can fail, but that's okay. That means you just start over. Successful people fail more than unsuccessful people simply because they keep trying no matter what obstacles they come across. Again, successful people fail more than unsuccessful people simply because they keep trying no matter what obstacles they come across. So you may try to achieve this goal, but then you're not, then something happens and you're like, you don't achieve it. And then you get up again and then you try it again. That happens to me quite a bit where it's like, why is this happening to me all the time? I get up and I try again. I get up and try again. And eventually you will achieve that goal. So always think about something about potential obstacles from the goals that you want to achieve. Step 5, focus on goals every day. Now think about your goals every day. That's why you either have them on the fridge or on your phone. Because I know for myself, I look at my phone quite a bit. And if it's on my phone, I see it almost every day. And then if it's on your fridge, you also see it every day. So focus on that every day. Just look at it like, hey, am I close to achieving this goal? Have I started it yet? When am I going to start it? Some people put it off and keep putting it off, keep putting it off because they're afraid they're not going to achieve it. That's okay because I guess it is okay because it's a goal that you want to achieve. But if you really want to achieve that goal, you're going to start. And yes, you might fail a couple times here and there, but you always get up, you try again. Eventually, you will get that goal. And so those are the 5. I know there's so many more. Um, there's so many more ways to achieve your goals, success. Those are just the 5 main ones. I know for me, I've got so many goals every year. I put down at least 3 or 4, sometimes 5 goals that I want to achieve for the year. And I do look at it and I've achieved most of them. For example, for me for 2024, um, I own, I think you guys know this by now. If you've listened, I have mentioned the Peloton. So I got their bike and their tread, and I do all their workouts through the app and all that stuff too. So in the app, it shows you like how many minutes you worked out for the year. It's an annual challenge, and it keeps track of how many minutes you work out. My goal for 2024 was 30,000 minutes on the Peloton. So every minute I'm either on the bike, on the tread, doing their strengths, doing their core workouts, or even meditations. I do a lot of sleep meditations. Those all count toward the minutes on the Peloton. Last year, I did 22,000 minutes. I did about 22,000 minutes. So 30,000 minutes is pretty realistic. I think it is. Another one of mine would be just drink more water, like I mentioned earlier. I feel like I'm drinking enough water, but I'm not because I feel thirsty a lot, especially after a stretch, after a yoga class. I feel like I'm dehydrated, so I drink more water. I also use electrolytes, Gatorade 1. I'm also a Noon ambassador. Noon, if you look it up, it's Nuun. And these are little tablets that got electrolytes in it. They got like 1 gram of sugar and electrolytes that dissolve in your water, and you drink it, and it helps you rehydrate. Another goal is eat healthier. Every time I go to the store, I look for veggies or healthy food. I always put down my list of groceries on my phone, so I was with me, and I always buy like bananas. I've been eating avocados lately too, and so that they're healthy too. more self-care. So I'm taking care of myself more, especially after I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. So I do a lot more self-care. I try to sleep better more often, and I do a lot of meditation, mindfulness. And one of the other goals I have is be more positive. Just positivity that helps everybody, including yourself and everybody around you. So my question is, what goals do you guys have? And have you started your goals yet? And if you haven't, why not? And how can you, what is it that you need to do in order to start with achieving your goals? What do you need to do? Anyway, this is the Path to New You podcast. My mind just went blank again. Um, you were listening to a Path to New You. This podcast is available on all major platforms, including Google, Apple Podcasts, um, Amazon Music, Audible, and Spotify. All the major podcast platforms are pretty much on all of them. There might be a couple out there that are not yet. Um, I do have a Facebook page as well, called The Path to New You. Will I post stuff on occasion? I'll post a link to this podcast on there. If you could follow and like that page, I'd appreciate it. Also, if you could click the follow button on the podcast, whether it's on Spotify, click the follow. And if you could rate and review the episode after you're done listening, I appreciate it. The more input that you give me, the better this podcast will be. If you know anyone or you yourself would like to be a guest on my podcast, you can reach out via the Facebook page or yeah, the Facebook page or you could there's other ways you can find me too. But yeah, usually the Facebook page is where you can find me. You can send messages through the Facebook page. On Path to New You. Um, I think that's about it. I do have guests on this show. I have a guest coming up, I think next week. She will be talking about perfectionism. So I'll be posting something on that, like questions. If you have questions about it, I'll post that too. I usually post it on my personal and my Facebook page for the podcast too. I also have a Facebook page for my private practice, New Beginnings Counseling LLC. And if you could like and follow that too, I do post quite a bit of self care stuff on there. And also, I'll post a link to to my podcast as well. I hope you learned something today. If not, that's cool too. But I hope you learned something, and I hope you enjoyed it. Again, please rate and review after you listen to this episode. I'd appreciate it. The more rates, I believe, the more rating I get, the higher up my podcast will be. So it'll come up and it'll be available. People will see it when they go into a platform, hopefully, or something like that. Anyway, you're listening to A Path to New You. Until next week, be well and be safe. Have a good rest of the day.